All right, well, it's time to dance on Veilguard's grave. Well, actually, it's not actually in the grave yet. It's more like a mutilated, dead, rotting corpse laying on the side of the road. Now, Veilguard came out, and to many people's surprises, it actually garnered a fairly admirable player count. And that would certainly be admirable if this wasn't a gigantic, massive AAA studio with a $250 million budget. All those considering, that's pretty fucking low. And although it pains me to see Veilguard having more player numbers than some of my other games like that I currently play, like Total War Warhammer and games like Dawn of War and games like Killing Floor and other wicked games out there, you know. Also at the same time, it's a fucking failure. So we're gonna actually look at some probably two of the funniest areas on the entire fucking internet with this game, and it basically says this. It says, like this game is marred in controversy. There's so much controversy over it. And in that aspect, BioWare kind of fucked themselves anyway. So, I mean, this is a making fun of simulator and it is a resort to some hilarious character creator edits over the internet. But I mean, the cope is probably the greatest thing that we're seeing from Veilguard, as the internet forums are even more buzzed than the actual game. So we're gonna look at some of that. Let's look at the Reddit. Now the subreddit is just sad. I don't know what actually happened with the subreddit. You'd expect for a massive amount of you'd expect on Reddit, a massive amount of pro Veilguard things, but you're not seeing this. You're not seeing this. You're saying, I'm a huge Dragon fan, but I've made a YouTube cinematic series, the game, blah, 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 non-gamer friends enjoy, but anyways, guess the fact I'm forcing a break that. I'm massively disappointed. Massively disappointed. This is coming from a fan of the series. He was posting on the official things. Look at this. It's hot. 7 hours ago. It's hot. Unrelated to your actual talking point, but what's funny is that someone who only played Dragon can also claim they've only been a fan for 10 years, so shut up. And the cope is just unreal on Reddit. Look at this shit. So we got... Oh my god, look at the person. If you spent that much time typing out how much you're trying to defend this game, wouldn't it be smarter for you just to actually fucking be playing the game and not caring what people say? I don't know, I just find this stuff hilarious. This is great. Look at, there's a part I found where the gods are like, we will make a new dagger out of red lyrium. I don't know anything about the Dragon Age series. I was too busy playing Skyrim basically nonstop right around the time that it was more a certain way. Yeah, Sam. I didn't expect from Veilguard. It was meh. The Inquisition. I'm disappointed too. There's a massive decrease in the overall maturity of the feeling. You're right. Like when they try and make things all like non-binary and messagey and stuff, like all they're doing is they're making it just feel more like dumbed down. Like if you like, I mean, I've heard many people saying in the reviews, interestingly, that it just like nothing bad can ever happen to your character. Everybody's so safe and happy and cuddly, and the game. We need some fucking space marines in there. Just go fuckers you. What we need to do is someone please mod Veilguard to have just a bunch of space marines come in and just fucking take just a whole chapter, just a chapter of space marines coming to the Veilguard universe and fucking slay them all. Have like a dreadnought just like using a fucking flamer on one of them. Please make it happen. We can make it happen with AI one day for sure. I'm starting to feel the same way. I keep telling my driver it's not bad because it's Dragon Age. I want to like Dragon Age games, but man, I don't know how much longer I can keep lying to myself. Oh, that's good. We're doing this, bro. This is a fucking party here. This is so funny. And the cope that came, so initially when it dropped, it was reaching 70,000 players. I think it did better than everyone, including the fans of the games, were expecting. But it quickly loses its steam, and it just like it's yeah, it is bad. It did admirably. I think I felt this way from the beginning of when it first like got announced and I was like, oh my god, another woke fucking game. It's a woke disaster because single player RPGs are the games we want to play and we love to play. Not only that, but if why wouldn't they have made this multiplayer? You're fucking telling me that with 10 years, all this thing, they couldn't have made some multiplayer element to this? Instead, you get a restrictive single player campaign that tells you how to fucking use pronouns properly. See, what they did is they have people that can make this stuff in digital graphics, but the people that are leading them are fucking weirdos, and they keep causing problems in the gaming industry. Of a teacher. When you have BioWare doing shit like hiring non-white males and hiring practices like that, like anybody who's worked in the real world knows that discrimination is like naturally happens. Like, I mean, I've worked at places too where I looked around and I'm like, there's not a single other person who digs different than me. So like, you're not supposed to discriminate, but people always discriminate against fucking everything. And you're not telling me that if I was a young, good-looking, fucking sharp-looking white dude, straight, does not really agrees with identity politics, you're telling me that they wouldn't hire me at BioWare? Are you telling me that I couldn't walk in there one day and they'll be like, you know, I don't really like identity politics. I don't agree with it. They'd be like, ha 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 ha, you don't get the job. We're going to make a Dragon Age game and it's going to be so great. People are going to love it. I'd be like, fuck off, cunts. I'll make my own game one day. I just made a post about how I feel too fucking old for this game. And what you're seeing on Reddit is you're seeing something interesting about how um, they're they're just turning on it on Reddit. It's very bizarre. We're about to get into the meat and potatoes, which is the Steam discussion page, which has become basically synonymous with the front lines of the culture war, because Steam and PC players are a traditionally very right wing uh, mindset. You know, we like definitely not far right or anything, but just generally, well, I'd say more centrist, because PC players just really just want immersive experiences. They don't give a shit about that. And what you get is a lot of PlayStation 2 fanboys that end up being a left-leaning type of fan base. But I mean, ultimately, there's just way more PC players than PlayStation and Xbox combined. Probably, maybe not Nintendo. Like Nintendo is a hard one because I mean, your demographic is like billions and billions of children who don't even give a fuck about identity politics. They probably don't even understand. Like, what would be the age group where they would know what identity politics was all about? Probably like in tens. 10 or 18, you know, they wouldn't fully understand it till then. Let's honestly, I was expecting with all the ditching of world states, I never wanted to play Dragon Age, so like they're ditching those. This is a highlighted gemmed reply, making it so you can't do kills in the games for the franchise is dead. This is all very funny. And what's great about this is you can all pause this and read any of this you want when I put it up. It's a brilliant idea. It's worked really good. One of my top viewed videos ever at 19K was this format. So of course I'm going to be doing this way. I think that these people won't appreciate me fucking putting this up on the internet, but you know what? They've already made it public, so fuck them. Especially because I'm most certainly not a fan of anything they did in Dragon Age this game. In fact, I find it so fascinating. You lost me at Dish. Now you're going to get in the mid tier of these comments, you're going to get a lot of cope. Okay, so the 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 basic thing is that the Reddit subreddit is really hurting the ogres in the game. Look at that ogre. What the fuck is wrong with that goddamn ogre? That's so funny. This game treats you like an idiot. And look at 2.7k upvotes. I would upvote it, but of course I'm banned from Reddit. Says this game treats you like an idiot. Like these are people. This is the the actual official for it. So long and short of it is basically that um, they basically the subreddit is turning on them, which is always a very hilarious thing because they get the overall sentiment that it's not really doing as good as it should have. Let me start. And we were a little unsure of it yesterday, but now that we see it slipping again, like let's see, it's back down to refresh. It's back. It's down to 72. So it's could potentially be the most players ever played Dragonage Veilguard at one time on Steam is that. We're not sure. Let's see how it tampers off, but certainly not going to crack 100k, I would imagine. Okay, so now let's get to the absolute goat of this all. So, the first comment, 70k, so it's Wukong that. Yeah, I mean, I would imagine that all of these teams but for them, BioWare is a big one. Like all these studios, BioWare should stack up against all of these. You would think so. And if they made a game that didn't have identity politics and didn't have a fucking goddamn gendermancer in charge of everything, they could have probably made these things. Just imagine Dragon Age Veilguard without the gayness and an open world and a huge inventory system, multiplayer components. Fuck, a whole multiplayer mode where you and your friends could go around things. If you want to be gay looking homosexual in the game or a black dude, who cares? You get to create your own dude. Run around and do whatever you want. But keep that shit separate from the actual fantasy world that probably if they had magic, they would just change themselves into a boy or a woman. They wouldn't cut their fucking breasts off. They would just be like, here's some magic. There you go. Now it's a woman. Like, isn't that the whole point of trying to be section is like to be like be the other one really? But I don't know. I don't know. We have no way of working this. What this game tells you is a very grotesque story of how modern day thinking could be like blended with a fantasy world, which is just bizarre. Fake news Barrow has returned to form, and I'm here for it. Laughs. I'm gonna laugh that too. Really laughs? I don't fucking know. Got low those points. Bigots are really dumb enough to think this is peak time. Trolls are flooding the forums because it didn't flop. I was never a big fan of this. What? Because of what? SteamSeek, Persona Royal, Silent Hill 2, God of War Ragnarok, God of War Fallen Order. Just all considered success. Praise even. Praise even. Resident Evil 6. This is some hardcore cope. This has been hot, bro. This is some nasty cope here. All of those except for Resident Evil 7 and Silent Hill 2 were releases over the ports of games. Compared to other big AAAs, boom, he's right. I mean, when a game comes out, like imagine tomorrow they come out with a Mass Effect 4. Okay, let's just see this. This is just to show you how stupid these people are with game development, and I'm like the way I think of things. If they came out with tomorrow Mass Effect 4, You've got an open world. You can go all over the galaxy. There's planets to explore. It's just like Mass Effect 1 mixed with Mass Effect 2 and all the elements of 3, but on a grander scale. Brilliant AAA graphics, like amazing story, millions of different paths you could go on. And they spent 10 years and $250 million working on this. And they released that, and it was a 10 out of 10 game. How many players do you think that would get? Would that get 70,000 players? No. Are you kidding me? If that was amazing, that would be Elden Ring, Baldur's Gate numbers. But they didn't make that. They made a fucking genderqueer RPG. And yeah, no wonder that it's making God of War Ragnarok, a game that was released originally only on the PlayStation original game of, in my opinion, a much less superior version of a new reskin of an older game. Like Resident Evil 7 potentially not doing very well at all, but released, yeah, like these people at Cope. Jedi Survivor that didn't actually do good. I would highly doubt those are good numbers either, because yeah, people have lost faith in the brand of Star Wars. Red Dead, another re-release that they talk about. Everybody who played Red Dead, I know, everybody that played it on PlayStation. Day one, PlayStation rocking it. That game probably on PlayStation would had 1 million players on launch for sure, for sure. Red Dead Redemption 2 on PlayStation, we'll never get the numbers because of course PlayStation is kind of secretive. Like yeah, like people don't forget that BioWare is a first party studio. They needed a 200K game on Steam today, like for sure. And now they have to go to their investors and say it's 3 times less than they were expecting. Feels like a mobile game. Yeah, it looks like a fucking mobile game too. Let's get a look at this bullshit again. Joe ho 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 ho. Veilguard's marking is out of control. They've got Gamnan hosting SNL. Yeah, they probably imagine how much they spend on marketing. Everywhere I go, I'm always, well, it's probably because I'm always making fun of goddamn Veilguard. But what's happening is that Veilguard's just another part of the culture wars. This is nothing special. We see this in movies, we see this in games, we see this in TV, we see this in commercials. I thought I saw a thing the other day that talked about diversity in your fucking making choices about diverse relationships. Like, they're just insane over this stuff, and this game certainly isn't helping it. Yeah, and this is funny. I've seen people. The character creator is mostly just a meme at this point, but I've seen people meshing the faces to make them look better, and certainly you can do that. But every NPC is gay looking. Okay, so let's go back to here. We're just gonna do a halfer on this video. So dialogue is bad and forced trans thing true. Absolute state of Dragonage Veilguard. Bloodraven Cyrus, yeah, another Warhammer fan. Bad dialogue, undoubtedly, but no, you're not forced to be trans. Still, like, I am almost guaranteed that there's just not only there's no escaping it, but there's just continuing. I just watched 2 minutes mid-shine, ouch. Just wanted to have a fantasy RPG, not scolding lecture. No wonder this game flopped. I wanted a sci-fi RPG. It's like I said, it's like, can you imagine a world where they made this was amazing? Can you imagine a world where this had like 500K people playing at once on Steam? You would see like a game that's like open world, no identity politics, super badass, combat's good, not all mobily feeling and weird and purple. Like, it's yeah. Monster Hunter Beta is just kicking its ass. But the effing tourists think Dragon Age is doing well. LOL. Wah, wah, wah. Look at the fights get going on in here. Alright, can we compare it to Baldur's Gate 3? The cope is unmeasurable. People's PCs burning up. Like, this is hilariously bad. This is hilarious bad. Game created by people with severe mental health. Do not buy. Oh man. This place is a war zone. Yeah, yeah. 2 hours ago, Goozy said, on a serious note, did anybody who bought this game actually play through Origins? Why is this game a good follow-up? Question mark. I'm just currently sitting at 0% chance of buying and looking for some good reasons why I should change my mind. I mean, if play any video game you want, honestly, I don't judge anybody for wanting to play any game, but I'm saying from my personal opinion, in my uh, trolls are flying the floors because it didn't flop. Oh yeah, that's a major cope. Uh, Third rising. Do you still think it failed? That's funny. That's funny that that person was so quick to jump on that. It did better than that. It did much better than that. And that was October at 11. So you could tell both sides have been just waiting for this to one to fail, one to not. And like it is objectively, statistically not doing very well. So I mean, yes, absolutely. Absolutely, the Steam reviews are being manipulated. Absolutely, the Steam reviews are being manipulated. Squatch. Suicide Squatch. That's an important message. Now, did Dragonage Veilguard do better than Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League? Absolutely. It's gotten roughly 7 times the Steam things, 11. So I mean, it's gotten basically 7 times the amount of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. So I was literally looking at a review page not 3 minutes ago and it said one reporter reviews the game and now it's at 400. What the hell is going on? LOL. 8 hours ago. The Metacritic is important. Let's see if I can bring up Metacritic here. Metacritic is a place for people to vent whatever they want in the user reviews. So what is good about Veilguard is, let's have a look at the Metacritic. Let's do some statistical analysis here. Okay. Okay, so we're up with this. So basically, this game came out massively good reviews. Suspicious, isn't it? Isn't it a little suspicious how that happened? And everyone is saying it's so great, and it's 10 out of 10, and drag queens, drag queens, drag queens. I used to like Dragon Age, but not this. But I mean, you're gonna see that. Like, you don't have an amazing game, and then all of a sudden your user scores are have tanked right off the bat. Now people will review bomb things for like de novo and cheap blockers and all kinds of other shit, but I mean you're not gonna see any negativity. Like this wasn't a universally hated game when Baldur's Gate released. So I mean the fact of the matter is, I mean, based on 114 years of reviews, that means that it means that on PC, let's go. It's even less on PC, PlayStation, even more hated on PlayStation. So think of it this way: in order for someone to hate a game enough to go to the Metacritic score, write a negative and go negative means that maybe they didn't play it. Maybe they did play it. Maybe they were going to play it, but they don't want to now. The Metacritic score is a release of people's frustrations. So 872 people thought enough to come to a separate website than anywhere it's sold on and say to people not to buy it, they don't want it, that it's not good. And only 206 people came to the other website that wasn't sold on to say that it was a good game. We liked it. Definitely buy it. So it has this. People will say, "Well, you just review bombing. You're just doing that." That's a vote. This is a vote. This is democracy right here. This is fucking democracy. This is 872 people taking time out of their lives to say that it wasn't good, compared to 206 people who are that. So almost a 4 times bigger amount of people hated it than liked it. So those are determinations. Those are 100% those. It's damage control. Users are claiming that they have low reviews. So the Steam reviews are good, obviously. We knew that. The media say it's all good. You get Jason Schreier fucking wagging his dick around saying, "Look at this. This is so good. I don't like the game. I don't even like the game." I got to bring up that tweet. So Jason Schreier made a tweet that literally said, "I don't like the game, but I like the chuds being owned." This just shows what a dick wagging contest it all is. Soulless American corporation is like, you have to wonder that at EA right now, there's a spreadsheet up, and there is a group of people with folders and binders looking and saying, is this is not a failure? LOL. What a beauty. And the numbers keep going up. Well, the numbers actually have gone down. It's funny because after and the numbers keep going up, this person says, and we have not even, and we have the numbers tanking yet again. So its maximum players is going to be around 77,000. And that is not, by no means is that EA's most ideal number when you have other games just doing a lot. Oh, it's not even peak Steam numbers right now. Bigots and shambles. You can tell people are just terminally online hating on the other people, and those people are his. How is that Look at that fucking logic right there. Look at these people. The Decker coming in with the absolutely absurd claim. 70K in game means that they sold at least 100 times that. This game is smashing records. Okay, so let's do some calculations here. Let's do some calculations. If 77,000 people are playing it right now, that would mean that, with this logic, let's see. If 77,000 people were playing it right at this moment, that there would have been 7 million people that are not currently playing the game right now. That is terrible the day after it came out. The Decker. Oh my god, that's a legendary. The Decker. How stupid is you? Oh my god. Watch this. I'm gonna call him out. Like what? I did not just currently find that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look at that comment. Oh, we've made internet history here today, people. Almost 75K. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. Yeah, so by the Decker's logic, there's basically by the Decker's logic here, let's see if we can find it. Oh yeah, so yeah, for by the Decker's logic, 7 million people bought it, but then the day after release they weren't playing it. Oh, this is good. This is just good. I will admit it did slightly better than I was expecting 30 to 40. 30 to 40 was my prediction, and it dips down to that at night, but oh man, it's good. It's good. And you know what? I have amazing games to play today. I want to do some work on uh uh Metal Gear Norris Snake Eater 2 today. I have some amazing Warhammer games to play. You know, you just gotta stop Veilguard as the corporate Memphis video games. Absolute assault on the senses. Late stage wokeness. Whoops. How have I not been banned from these forums yet? I will never know these things. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so let's go to. Is there a way to sort this? We're pretty much done here. I mean, like, this is hilarious. But I can't get enough of how bad the fucking goddamn game is. Yeah, so I mean, here's another thing. Okay, so the Achievement FAILGUARD. Really, this is a Black Electronic Arts using a household name franchise we once got Game of Year edition. 10 years in development, unknowable hundreds of millions spent on this, including advertisement, 5,000 reviews of bots spamming the return form, bashing the game, tumbling us, and you know they use bots for multiplayer, and they probably do it. What they probably actually do is they probably have all the actual people from their studios write reviews for the game without. I've seen it. I've worked with companies before. They're just like, I started working for a company, and then I saw someone's someone's thing. It's pretty funny actually. And they review themselves. Oh, this is great. Look at how great we are. This company is. It's like, I know you work here, dude. What the fuck? You gonna give yourself a review? Oh well, it just makes us look better and blah blah blah. Good games people flock to. Do the math and whatever hundreds of millions suit your fancy. There's no way to make this look good. Lesson is do not mix with gamers. Give him a superstar. Give award. Bling. Joe ho 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 ho. Joe ho 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 ho. Transage woke card. That's beautiful. Treasure. See, I have all these points. I don't know how I spend them besides doing this shit. I don't even know how I get them. Probably playing all the fucking games. You know what? Playing good games is the. It is here. Let's do an intro segue here. Playing good games is honestly like good in itself. Like you don't need to win any awards. You don't have to pander to any fucking idiots. All you have to do is just make a good game that people like instead of being restrictive, preachy, annoying, pretentious waste of good talent, a breaking of an old IP, just to put in some diverse, non-binary fuckwad. Like, I feel for the Dragon Age fans because I'll say up front, I've never really been massively into Dragon Age, and respect for anybody who liked the older games, but looks like you guys got shafted by this fucking bullshit. Jeez, that's funny. It's very funny, isn't it?